Welcome to part number 4 of this video series on the gene keys. Today we are going to be discussing and exploring a master tool and practice that can support you in not only taking these teachings to understand them, but to fully live them, to fully feel them, to fully embody them. Your breath is the bridge that takes these transmissions, these teachings from the mind into the body. And it is in the body where your innate intelligence lives. It's where your innate potential is stored deep within your genetic code, within your DNA. Now, the gene keys teach us that our higher purpose is embedded within our DNA, not metaphorically, but quite energetically, physically, biologically. And your breath is a master tool that gives you direct access to the latent potential that exists within you. And so, breath is very much paired to the practice, the art and practice of contemplation, which I discussed in video 3, but I want to take this deeper. So how does this actually work? When we are breathing consciously, intentionally into our body, into our spine, into our very DNA, we begin to open up and to awaken and activate the light that is within us. And this process is really taking us through an experience of metamorphosis, an experience of transformation, where we are moving from the state of the caterpillar into the butterfly. And so let's break this down. So when we are breathing, we begin to first and foremost work with our nervous system. And our nervous system is essentially the control panel, the control mechanism for how we experience life. Most of us are existing in a sympathetic fight or flight state. Whereas to receive your innermost wisdom and guidance, we have to slow down. We have to become present, to become centered and relaxed. And that is through the lens of the parasympathetic nervous system. And so when we are breathing, we are essentially practicing alchemy, in which we are shifting our innermost state. We are shifting our frequency to move from this sympathetic, on the go, productive, hyperactive state to a calm, relaxed, focused, centered place. And that is where we begin to gain access to all information, all wisdom. And as we soften the grip on life and we open ourselves up, we can begin to literally receive our gifts. And so breath is how we make the gene keys real. It's not something we think about, but it's something that we actually become. We are changing ourselves from the inside out. Because again, all of this exists within you. And when you breathe into that, that is how you are changing. And as a result of you shifting and transforming from within, your external reality begins to mirror that. And so when Richard Rudd channeled these teachings, he spoke of a future where humanity would essentially go through this metamorphosis. If you want to explore this deeper, it's in Gene Key 55, and it's the mutation from the solar plexus. And that mutation that is going to inevitably happen in these coming years as consciousness expands and awakens on this planet, we are going to become essentially a new human, human 2.0. And in order to navigate this shift, which can be quite chaotic because a lot of shadows can come up, we must come back to the sacred tool of our breath. And so again, this tool not only regulates our nervous system, but it begins to bring us into a present state. It oxygenates our cells, creating vitality in the body, and it opens us up to non-ordinary states of consciousness where deeper insight and cellular reprogramming can occur. And so when we're going into our contemplation of one of our gene keys, no matter what key it is, after we read through the gene key itself, we can take some time to breathe into that frequency. So, no matter what the gift is, we can breathe into that. And for example, we'll use gene key 39. Now, gene key 39 is the shadow of provocation and the gift of dynamism in the city of liberation. So when we read through this, when we contemplate this, and we breathe into this code, this key, we are awakening a sense of freedom. We are beginning to use our life force energy to move through the blocks and barriers to really awaken our deepest, our truest self. And so just spending 5-10 minutes breathing into these keys every single day, you allow the shadow to rise wherever it needs to rise. And then you begin to shift into that gift. And so doing this consistently and beginning to feel these teachings, not just from the mind, but again, from your nervous system, from your heart, from your body, you will begin to notice an exponential shift that happens as a result of doing so. And so, for those of you that are interested in doing more of this and exploring this practice deeper, of course, we have the Beats and Breath app. You can download that app. We have over 100 breathwork journeys on there. You can tune into an intention, into a journey, or you can simply just close your eyes and breathe into whatever key it is you're contemplating. But this work is extremely powerful when paired together. And if you want to explore the gene keys in depth, just click the link below in the description. And I hope to see you in the next video and in my community. Take care.